Okay, today we're talking about Cowriter. So, how do I use Cowriter? So, Cowriter is a great tool to actually help you with your writing. It helps remove that barrier of grammar and spelling mistakes by saying what you want to say on paper. So, we're going to first talk about how do we turn it on. So, to turn Cowriter on, you go up to the little cloud symbol on your Chromebook. You click that, and you just have to, once you've signed in a snap and read, which you did last time, you should be able to just toggle Cowriter on. So sometimes it takes a little bit to turn on. Sometimes you need to refresh or restart that page, but there it goes. So now it's blue. So you know it's on because you'll suddenly have this box that's predicting some words. So I'm just going to start typing, and you'll notice that those words change. So I might say, this is a great, and then it's predicting things I might say, or maybe I want to say greater, day to day. So as I typed, it predicted what I was going to say, and once I hit the period, once I hit that period and put a space, let me try that again. Period.
This is a great day today.
It restates the sentence back to me. So every time there's a period, it'll say your sentence back to you. So make sure to put in your periods. Now, if you aren't sure how to write a word, it might give you some options. For example, if I'm trying to spell intermediate, for example, it's like, do you want to say interesting or isn't? I'm going to keep typing. And then now that I have an M, it says intermission, intermediate. And it'll say them as I highlight over them. So if I want an intermediate, I can click number 2. And it puts that word in. Now I can also, oops, the computer is going a little slow. So as I did it, I was clicking it multiple times. Now, if I wanted to, I could also know that I want number 1, so I could type number 1. And it puts in the rest of the word because intermediate was in the number 1 slot. If I actually want to type numbers with the system, because number 1 is going to put in a word from this list, or number 2 or number 3, I go over here, I click here, and now I can type whatever numbers I want. If I try doing it under ABC,
way.
And I type number 1, it's actually putting in way because that was in the number 1 slot. Now, as you're writing, and perhaps you start spelling a word wrong, like you write name, but you spell it like that, it is actually giving you some ideas. So maybe you meant names. Now, if you only meant name, then you can delete that S. You don't have to do exactly what it tells you to do because it's just guessing. So, and then it's guessing other words. Maybe you're going to say name of the. And then as you continue typing, maybe you're trying to say walk or work. Maybe you're trying to say work, but you wrote wake. It's giving you those options and saying it to you. If you'd like a little more help and you want to do some speech to text, now this is up to each individual teacher and your level. You might need to be practicing actually typing your writing, but if your teacher is letting you do speech to text, you can actually click this button and speak it and have it come out. Now you do have to go back and edit your work because everything that you spoke, it did its best. I feel like it does a little bit better than Siri, but it's not perfect. And make sure that your microphone is on. It says Cowriter wants to use your microphone. Allow. So then you have to click it again. You have to click that big button. My name is Miss Bennis, period. And then click off of it so it's not blue anymore. Now, it didn't put in a period like it would.
My name is Miss Bennis.
It didn't put in a period like it would if I, on my phone, if I spoke, period. You need to put in that period and then it'll speak your sentence back to you like it just did. Remember, every time it puts in a period. The important thing is to listen to the audio to make sure it makes sense, because sometimes you type words and it's easy to miss a word that you don't notice. When you speak it, you naturally say it, but you miss it in typing. That's why it's important to listen to the words that you just wrote to make sure you have what you want to say. Remember that to turn it on, you click it so it turns blue. To turn it off again, you click it again. How are you doing? And then I would hit that backspace, put in a period.
How are you doing?
And then it speaks it back to you again to make sure that you wrote, that it wrote what you wanted it to say. And then, so you were on microphone. If you want to go back to word prediction, you click this again to go back there. Now, the middle one is topic dictionaries, which is pretty
Compare
cool.
and contrast.
If you are wanting to somehow
Compare and contrast.
I thought I was highlighting
Compare
that.
and contrast.
All right, that's enough out of you. So I'm going to turn all these off. So if you wanted to write about a particular topic, like let's say you wanted to write about dolphins, whales and dolphins.
Whales and dolphins.
You could turn that on, and then as you're writing here, it might come up with grammar and vocabulary having to do with whales and dolphins in the ocean, because it understands what you're trying to write about. So keep this in mind when you're writing an essay on a particular topic, like even a particular person. Then it might be able to suggest words that you're trying to say based on that topic. So
whales and dolphins.
Dear Lord, if I'm doing whales and dolphins and then I write about the ocean, like the see, it automatically, I did OC. It's like, oh, you might be talking about the ocean. The ocean is big and blue, or blubber. Like it knows that whales have blubber, but blue is there also. So it's already starting to predict words that have to do with the topic I'm talking about. So that's very helpful. That's
the ocean is big and blue.
Middle one.
Albert Einstein.
You would search for the topic, and then you would click it on. You don't want all of these on, or it'll be trying to come up with a lot of vocabulary on different things. So that is very helpful, especially when you're writing big essays or doing any kind of claim evidence reasoning CER paragraphs. Okay, let's look at our options really fast. So if we go into Cowriter, we also have options here. Now these ones are on the side are to personalize it to you. So you can decide how many guesses shows up in the little box there. You can decide the font, like usually these are fine. You can decide if you need the text to be bigger. You can change the text color. Remember, you want something easy to read though, so don't go too light. You can choose a prediction voice. Ours might just contain a generic one. Now this one, if you wanted to speak letters, that means it would speak A, D, E every time you wrote a word. If you want that off, you could have a speak every word. Off is fine for them. This one for sentences with a period and then after the period and space, it'll speak the sentence. That's the good one to have on. You can decide your volume, your speed, and your pitch of what it sounds like. Play around with those. Vanish. And that is the basics of Cowriter. Let your teacher know if you need help. If you're working on something else and it's bugging you, the little box appearing, you can turn it off. One thing about it is if you hold this whole thing down and move it, like I'm just holding it down and then I drag it, it like drags it to the side of your document. So if it's bothering you in the middle, you can hold it down and drag it to the side so that it's not bugging you. And yeah, go ahead and do the activity in Empower in Action Step 2 for this one to take a few notes so you remember what to do with Cowriter. All right, see you later.